Hello and welcome back to Normal Guy Games. Please like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. So today we're going to play a game that is, I'm pretty sure I'm going to love it. It is kind of loosely based on, around, or kind of modeled after one of my favorite games, which is XCOM. Now, I started with the DOS version of XCOM, where, and I don't, for those of you who have played it, it was a very complex game. But this game so far, from what I've seen, I wouldn't say it faithfully recreates XCOM, but it does have that same feel, and it sort of makes everything a little bit easier as well, because you don't want it too complicated. So it's a very simple but elegant game so far, and so let's get into it. We're going to play Majestic 13. This is Game 1, Operation Displaced Earth. Here we go. Welcome to Game 1 of Majestic 13. We're going to be following the adventures of the Majestic Advance Force, or Majestic AF for short. We have, starting from left to right-ish, we'll kind of skip around a little bit. We went with Site Ops as our faction. So I start with one Scion, and I also chose, for my advantage, I chose to have another Scion, so I have two. So starting from the leader here, this is Phoenix. He is the leader. He has Acuity 17, Combat 16, Dex 16, Fort 16, Psi 15, and 31 hit points. And I chose Psionic Hold for him. He's carrying a heavy repeater and a scanner. And Psionic Hold does damage and restrains the enemy. And that is that. And then we have our medic. Where's our medic? Here we go. Our medic is Jonesy. Jonesy has Acuity 15, Combat 10, Dex 13, Fort 11, Psi 13, 26 hit points. He took Psionic Healing, so he heals 2d6 plus 2 on an action. We have an assault rifle on him and a proximity detector. Oh, I believe I said I put a scanner. I did put a scanner on the leader. And then we have this guy. This is Phantom. He is our sniper. So he has Acuity 12, Combat 12, Dex 14, Fort 14, and 29 hit points. Gave him, of course, a sniper rifle for his weapon. And then we have Tango. Tango is Acuity 12, Combat 9, Dex 10, Fort 12, 27 hit points. We gave him just an assault rifle. And then last but not least, we have Big Jim. Big Jim has Acuity 10, Combat 15, Dex 10, Fort 11, 26 hit points. We gave him a grenade launcher, and he also has a target assist, which negates, basically the grenade launcher is a -4 to your combat, but the target assist adds a +2, so it gets a net -2 for shooting the grenade launcher. And that is that's the basics of our team that we got. So let's get all set up and we'll show you the board. All right, so the table we have set up is, as you can see, we ended up with some woods and forest on this quarter. I ended up with like a rock formation or craters there, so I'm using these ruins here as a demolished building or rock formation. Two buildings. We have one here, we have a demolished factory and a demolished warehouse, along with some train tracks and a train car. Now I rolled up a terraformer as my enemy, so I am going to lean heavily probably on my Necrons for this. So I'm going to use this guy as my terraformer. So this is going to be the enemy that we're going to be facing down. So for mission 1, we have zone 1, which is difficult terrain, difficult terrain here, and normal terrain here. So the alien's the only one in normal terrain. We have we went over the enemy. So bureaucracy, we end up rolling enemy intel overstated. So it's going to be -3 to all alien stats but defense. And the secondary objective is going to be terrain reporting. So I got to get at least one of my guys within 1 inch of every major piece of terrain. So I'm going to have to get some people over on this side too. And so we've set up, we have the sniper Phantom here, and we have Big Jim, Phoenix, and that would be Jonesy, the medic, and Tango is over here on this side behind the tree. So that's how we've got everything set up, and let's get underway. So one thing I did forget to do, and I just did that now. I forgot to add the bonuses for the stats. So my leader, who's over here, Phoenix, ended up with additionally, addition to Psi Hold, he ended up with Psi Thrust, which moves the enemy's 6 inches, Psi Buffer, which is a +3 versus psionic attacks, and Psi Spike, which is 3d6 and no cover. So that is that. My healer, the medic over here under the water tower, he ended up with so we gave him heal and invisibility, so he has psionic invisibility as well. All right, so turn 1 we roll for foobar. We want anything under a 6, so this is going to be d6 +1. So we are on turn 1. So that's a 4, so we're good. So we start off, and the terraformer goes first. So the terraformer has an acuity of 18, and first thing it's going to do is it is going to go for an earth eruption. So I'm going to have it move, and what happens is everybody within 12 inches of the terraformer must succeed on a dexterity stat check of 18 or suffer a d6 damage and be restrained. So the terraformer has a dex of 20. It ignores all difficult terrain. Man, this thing can move. Oh man, okay. It pretty much can, yeah, it pretty much can get to anything, anywhere. So it is going to move in on our leader and Big Jim. And that is obviously, definitely, everybody is within 12. Maybe I should have spread everybody out a little bit more. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to do those dex checks now. Starting off with Phoenix, his dexterity is 16, so d20 plus 16. So that's going to be 27, so he's good. Going on to Jonesy, who is our medic. Jonesy is over here. His dexterity is 13. So that is a 24. He is good. Moving on to Phantom, over here in the building. Phantom's dexterity is 14. That is good. So that's a 12 plus 14. So that's 26. Tango. Tango's dexterity is 10. Oh, 12. That is not good. So Tango is currently restrained. So we'll mark him up here in just a second. And then last but not least is Big Jim. And Big Jim is going to try one out. Dexterity of 10. Big Jim is good. So the only one restrained is Tango. So we're going to take all the damage here. So everybody takes a d6 damage as well. Sorry, the only one that takes damage is going to be Tango, as a matter of fact. So Tango takes a d6 damage. Oh, 6 damage. Ouch. All right, 6 damage to Tango. Well, that is it for the aliens. We just have the one terraformer. So we're going to move on to Phoenix, who has my highest acuity rating. I think that we are going to we're going to do a Psi Thrust. So here we go. So d20 plus 15. That is not going to be enough. That is a total of 18. And its defense is 26, so that is nothing. And then, so this is all difficult terrain. His dexterity is 16, so he can move All right, so he can move 8 inches, and I'm going to have him move 8 inches toward the terrain over on this side, over here. That takes him out of cover, which is no good, but that's that. And then next is going to be Jonesy, who has an acuity of 15. Jonesy is over here. Jonesy is going to... Tango got hurt, but he seems to be okay for now. You know what? He's going to go ahead and just fire. So we're going to do dexterity or combat of 10, excuse me. So d20 plus 10, we're looking for a 26. That is not enough. That is not enough at all. All right, so that is that. So we're going to move around to Phantom and Tango. Both have an acuity of 12. Phantom is not going to move, so that's going to be combat of 12. That is 26. That is just enough to hit it. So it does 2d6 plus 4, no cover. So 2d6. Oh, 12. Not bad at all. So 12 points of damage to the terraformer. And its health is... Oh, I'm sorry. Its defense is 22 at phase 1. I was looking at the wrong one. So its health is 140. So it is going... That is its thing. And then... That is him. Big Jim... Big Jim is going to get the hell out of there and move into cover. Big Jim moves up to... Actually, I'm sorry, Tango would go next. Tango's going to try and remove that condition. That is a 10. So that is a total of 20, and that does remove the restrained condition from Tango. Tango is going to also move up. And he has, pardon my reach here, Tango has a dexterity of 10, so he can only move 5 inches. Well, I'm going to have Tango move back here into cover and take a shot. Tango's combat is only 9, so we're looking for a 22 total. So that is enough, actually. So Tango takes the shot. 2d6 for an assault rifle. So that is 8 total. So the last in line is going to be Big Jim. Big Jim has a grenade launcher, so Big Jim is actually going to get out of range here. His dexterity is 10, so he can move 5 inches. I'm going to have him move away from this guy and back here behind the water tower. So he's back here behind the water tower. He's going to take a shot. His combat is 15, but he gets a -2, so 13 total. Okay, so here we go. That is enough. That is 25. So Big Jim rolls 3d6 for the explosive launcher, or the grenade launcher, really. So that's going to be 13 points of damage. Not bad. So 13. All right. And that is the end of turn 1. So now we are on to turn 2. So first off, we're going to roll a d6 for the foobar. Nope, we're good. So that's only 5. Wow, that can get hairy really quick. Okay, so the terraformer already did its earth shake, and let's see, it's got rending claws. So its combat is 26. Whoa! Okay, so with the terraformer, it makes 2 attacks with its rending claws. Both are 2d6 plus 1 damage. If the attack hits, the target must succeed on a fortitude check of 17. So my camera cut out there for just a second. as I was saying, the target has to hit on a fortitude check of 17 or suffer 3d6 additional damage and be stunned. So this thing really rips. All right, it has ridiculous amounts of movement. It can move 20. So it's going to grab probably the first one here, the biggest. Oh, you know what? Check the AI table just a moment. I also forgot that it activates again on the turn, so it would have made a combat check of 20. See, it's plus 23, so it needs a 30 to hit any of my guys. It would have tried to hit Big Jim. Oh, that is a crit. Okay, let's roll Big Jim back here. So that is going to be Rending Claws 2d6 plus 1. Luckily that is only 5 damage to Big Jim, but we double that to 10 damage to Big Jim. So, owie. Okay. So for its next trick, it is going to activate again. Now this is actual turn 2. So it is going to try Rending Claws, but it's going to move towards. Oh, Big Jim moved this way. So it's got 2 guys that are relatively equidistant. It's probably going to go after Big Jim again because he's the closest. He's the closest that has been damaged. So it's going to take a swipe at. Oh, and Big Jim, I'm sorry, I almost forgot the fortitude check. So fortitude stat check of 17. That's good. Big Jim's good for the stat check. Okay, so it's going to take a swipe at him. That is actually not enough. No, it's not enough. That's only a 26 to hit, so it misses Big Jim. Whew. Haha. Okay. Man, this thing is nasty. I see why you only fight one enemy in this game. So, Phoenix. He's got the repeater. I'm going to go with the Psi Spike again. So, D20 plus 15, looking for a 22. That is a crit. So it does 3d6. 3d6. So that is 8. That is 13. Double that to 26. Nice. 26. And he is still in difficult terrain, which means he can move 8. And he is going to move here to get within 1 inch of this terrain there. So that is secondary objective, and that is Phoenix. Jonesy is going to do a heal on Big Jim because wow, that was a big hit. So we're gonna have the medic do a 2d6 plus 2 heal on Big Jim. That is 8 points of damage back to Big Jim, which is a good thing because Big Jim took a big hit there. So he's only at -2 hit points right now. So that was Jonesy. Now Phantom, Tango, and they all move at the same time. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Phantom and Tango go first, and then I'll have it go. So Phantom is just going to move within 1 inch of this terrain piece, so I'm trying to get my secondary objective complete here. And he is going to take a shot. So Tango, no, that's Tango, not Phantom. So Tango is going to take a shot. So +9 to this combat. So that is going to be a 21, which is not enough to hit it. Damn, by 1. All right, that's that. And Phantom is still within line of sight out of this window, so all he's got to do is just swing his rifle. So he's going to take a shot. So this is going to be plus 12. That is enough. Ooh, by just a bare amount. So that is a 22 total. So we do 2d6 plus 4 damage. Whoa, dropped a die. Landed on a 6. Keep it. Oh, not bad. Not bad. So 2d6 is going to be 11. That's going to be 15 points of damage to it. Not bad at all. Minus 15. Okay, now let's see where it is in hit points, because it might be in extremis. So it currently has 66 hit points, so it is not in extremis. It goes before Big Jim, unfortunately, so it's going to take a swipe at Big Jim. So its combat, once again, is 23. Oh boy. That is plenty enough. That's a 39? No, 36. Okay. Oh, Jim. So 2d6 plus 1. Okay, that is 4 points of damage. 4 more to Big Jim. So he is at minus 6 hit points. And it is going to... Oh, he has to make a fortitude roll of 17 or higher. His fortitude is 11. So that is good enough with a 19. And let's see. Next round it gets to use that earthquake thing too. So that's it. That's Phantom. That's okay. So the last one to go is Big Jim. Big Jim is he's going to back off again. You know what? He's going to go his full 5, as a matter of fact, which I'm pretty sure, yeah, he can get all the way back here. He's going to go to his full 5, and he's going to take a shot at it. So his combat is 13. That is a 26. That's enough to hit it. All right, 3d6 plus 1, because he has extra additional combat. So it's going to be 5, 9, 11 points of damage to it, which takes it down to 55. Still not in an extremis yet. Extremis is at 35. So that is everyone. Everyone has gone, so back around to the top of the round. We're going to roll a d6. We are on round 3. D6 plus 3. Ooh, just barely. We have a 5, so that's good. That means there's no foobar yet, but it does get to go. So it did not get to use its, what was it? Earth moving, Earth something. Give me a second here. Earth eruption. So it's going to use its Earth eruption. Everybody in 12 has to make a check of 18. So this is a dexterity check. So everybody in 12 is going to start with Jonesy. So his dexterity is 13. So that's enough. Phantom. That is a 4. And his dexterity is 14, so that's enough. And then Tango, dexterity of 10. 21, that is enough. And Big Jim, his dexterity is 10. Big Jim makes it. Okay, so nobody gets restrained, nobody gets the hit. And we move on to Phoenix. Phoenix is going to move into normal terrain. So he's going to take 4-inch movement, and then from there he has full movement. So he's got plenty enough to make it to within 1 inch of this. And he is going to try and hit it with psychic power again. So plus 15. Let's see, that is 8. So 23 to its defense of 20, oops, wrong page. To its defense of 22. So that's good enough. So we do 3d6. Not so good. So 7 points of damage to it. -7. And then, so that is the leader here. And then down to Jonesy. Jonesy, I think we're going to go for broke here. Jonesy's going to take a shot at it. So combat +10. That is 28, so that is enough. 2d6. So that's 8 points of damage. Oh, it's definitely starting in extremis on the next round, I'm pretty sure. So Phantom, Tango, and it go. So I'm going to make it so we're going to do Phantom first. So combat of 12. That is enough. With a 13 on die. So that's going to be a 25. So we roll 2d6 +4. So that's going to be 14 points of damage to it. 14. And it is down to 26 hit points. If I don't take it out, it is going to start in extremis. I wonder if it starts on it. I'm going to have to look up. I don't know if it starts on its next activation or next turn. So Tango is going to take a shot. Tango's combat is 9. That is enough. Tango gets a shot off. All right, 2d6. Not going to be not going to be enough to kill it, but that's -9. All right, and then Big Jim still has to go, but it gets to go before Big Jim. It is actually going to move in here. Let's see, can we see where it's going here? Yeah, we still can see. It's going to move over here to Big Jim, and it's going to take a swipe at him. Now, let me look up before I do this if it starts in extremis on this turn or on this activation or on the next turn. Okay, it is down to 17 hit points. It starts in extremis, so it gets 2 actions. So it's going to take 1 action to swipe at him. That is a 5 on die, and its combat is 23, so that is not enough. And it's going to take a second action to try and hit him again. That is a 12. That's combat of 23. That is not enough. Oh, Big Jim lucks out. Big Jim is going to back up 1, and he's going to take a shot at it. So that is 13 on die. His combat is 15. Yes. 3d6 +1. Let's hope. So it's going to be 8, 12, not enough. 13 damage. So it has 3 hit points left. Oh, so close. So close. Start of round 4. Most likely we're going to get a foobar happening at this point. So d6. That's going to be 7. So we got our first foobar of the game. So let's see what happens. For a foobar event, we roll a d20. That is a 12, which is time-space distortion. Roll a d6 for each model on the board, friendly and enemy. On a 5+, it is moved 2d6 inches in a random direction and suffers damage equal to the distance moved. The model may not be moved into a solid object nor off the board, but if they are moved off of a raised surface, this will trigger falling as normal. Okay, so a d6 and then 2d6 inches plus damage on a 5+. Okay, so let's do this one at a time. 5+. Nope. 5+ for the terraformer. Nope. 5+ for Big Jim. Nope. 5+ for the dock. Yes, dock moves. So we'll put a token by him. Tango. Yep, Tango moves as well. So I'll just put a die by him for now. And then the leader. Oh, the leader gets moved too. So we are going to have to move him. So we'll start with the leader. So, and I have just the die for this. We have a random direction die here. So we're going to use this guy. So 2d6 in a random direction and suffers that much damage. So we're going to go with the dock first. 6, 7, 8 inches, and let's reroll that. That's still a hit. Why do you keep rolling hits? Okay, so 2d6, so 6, 7, 8 inches this way to the edge of the board, and he takes that much damage. And then Tango, 2d6, so 9 inches this way, and that much damage. So that's that. And then the boss, 12 inches. Oh boy. This way to here. All right. So we start off the round. It's actually going to go after the medic, because now the medic is more hurt than Big Jim is. So combat of 23. That is just enough to hit. So 2d6 plus 1. 7. Ooh, that hurts too. And does he make his fortitude save? He does. Okay, good. Good. So he doesn't take the extra damage. So the boss is in a normal movement zone. So he's gonna, oh yeah, he's got plenty of movement. He's gonna move back into place, and he is going to actually just take a shot. So this is his combat -2. No, yeah. So 16, so 14 plus, that's 24. So plenty enough. And he does 3d6 damage, which is plenty enough to take out the terraformer. So it takes him out. Wow. Okay, that got it kind of hairy there towards the end. So we'll let's do the after action and see how everything turned out. Wow, that game was super hairy. It was crazy towards the end. So this is what we got, the aftermath. We ended up defeating the terraformer for, let me see here, we got our second objective completed as well. So we ended up with no out of actions, so everybody pulled through. Everyone got 4 XP, and spending 3 XP, Phoenix put +1 in his psionics, and so did Jonesy, +1 to psionics. Phantom put +1 into, oh goodness, I believe he put +1 into combat. Yeah, +1 into combat. And Tango put +1 into combat as well. Big Jim put +1 in fort. For our requisitions, we requested 2 sets of advanced body armor. We did not get one. And we requested human resources. We ended up getting human resources in 1 set of body armor, so I mean, that's good. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Much appreciated, and we'll see you in the next game.